Welcome back, guys. Mike here, Money, Marriage, and Media. And we're closing in on that 600 subscriber goal, but don't take your foot off the gas now. If you've watched at least two of my videos, go ahead and subscribe, right? Make sure you're liking the videos too, because something funny is going on with the algorithm. Like it's hard to explain though, but looking at the analytics, it just looks funny. But anyway, we still have the goal, and that's what we're shooting for. So today we are looking at Anton Daniels. He does I haven't been able to catch this show. I think it's a live show. I just hadn't been able to catch it live yet. So we got the clips, and that's what we're looking at. Today's title is Why Women Are Out of Order. Too many men allowed women with bad behavior. Now I can kind of give my thoughts on this. This discussion could go either way. I mean, because women are out of order. You know what? This is a gender war topic. Men will say women are out of order. Y'all are not submissive. Y'all don't want to follow. Y'all keep trying to lead. And the women are going to say, well, these men out here ain't leading nothing, and blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. That's all we got. So what do we need here? We need to find some high level conversation so we can start breaking this stuff down, figure out what each side is talking about, and solve these issues so we can move forward. Again, we're better together than we are apart. But if we keep just going back and forth with the gender war, the only thing that's going to happen is while we sitting there arguing and trying to get each other with the gotcha moment, our community's just burning down in the background. That's what makes the gender war dumb. So let's get into it.
You I'm asking have you,
children
like,
with that person.
No, it's not about that. I'm talking about this could be years down the line.
But no,
let's just say
years
now
go
you're
on
doing
and
things
on.
that's now is making me unhappy, or now you like things happen. It's not the same.
You don't supposed to think that way. Don't think that way. Don't think that way in
Don't think
advance.
the normal.
But no, and I'm
don't
just
think
saying
that way in
because
advance. Don't think the
people
normal way.
too early.
You could be
It's
making
not
me happy
Disney.
for 5, 10
Yeah,
years,
everybody ain't
and
for
then
you.
on that 11th year, now something had happened in our
So you-
lives, and now you're making me unhappy. Now you're not the man that you once were. Now you're not doing things how you once were. Now you're not that same provider. Now you're not that same leader. Now you're not saying the things you used to do. You're not doing the things you used to do. You're not making me feel love like you used to. Now what? I'm still supposed to just sit and deal with your shit?
no.
Look at their faces. You see why I say this stuff? We got to be able to start breaking it. Because look at this. They are literally upset. And the bad part about it is she just made a point. So clearly somebody has... It looks personal here. But let's keep going.
You bow out gracefully
And
did.
then that was the season, right? And then
Yeah.
I'm saying like, okay, you saying like sit there and let him take the lead and do all this. So I can sit back and do all this and let you do what you do. Say you start fucking up the money. I'm just sitting back. I'm being a
Why do
lady,
y'all
like,
always
I'm
go
being
to a
feminine.
negative thing?
No, I'm just saying.
'Cause that's
Don't
life.
think that way. Don't think that way though. Life.
Because it helps prove their point. It makes them the victim. Don't worry. I'm sure some of the guys are going to do the same thing.
Happens.
Life
You as a man,
happens.
you have to figure out what works best for you. You can have the best job in the world. That company might shut down. As your
Anything.
woman, have to
Life
sit back and let you do
happens.
what you do. What if I see something, I'm like, damn, babe, well, you know how to do this. You can do X, Y, and Z. Is that masculine for me to sit back and tell you, like, hey,
Suggest
you can do this?
things
But
or-
y'all just be saying, you got to let him lead and do this. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a
What
fine
do y'all
line
think
between-
lead is? What do y'all think? What is y'all
A
definition
part
of
of
lead?
leadership
Great
is
question.
listening
Some
and
men don't
learning.
want support from their woman. Some men do.
That's
And-
what
and
men
that's
don't
what I'm saying, because
understand. It's
a
not
lot
just
of-
about control. Leading is about also active listening
And using
and
wisdom.
learning and using context
Using
clues to see
wisdom.
what works
That
for your
comes
family.
with-
What type of guys she been in relationships with? The definition is not wrong, but she's sitting there complaining about it. What kind of guys she been with?
I feel
For
like
your
said-
household.
who said
So
that
if
we
you're
didn't
just a
have to
leader
listen?
with the boss mind and the
No, I'm just
control and
saying
can't hear
because
nobody else,
Some people
that's
on
not
a-
a good
some
leader.
people
And
on
I don't
power
want a
trip.
man like
You
that
should
to
be able
lead
always
me.
learn something. Some people are on a power trip.
Exactly.
You know, that's the problem. It's ego.
Exactly.
People are ego driven, and it should
Yep.
be like, how can I serve you? That's the type of mentality we
Yep.
all should have for each other.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Because
For
a lot of men.
other. You hear that,
For
Anton?
each other.
Yep.
serve? How can I serve
serve
you?
you? I really
How
have
can
that
you
mentality
serve
for
Let
me?
me
all
serve you
people.
up.
Yes.
Let me
You
serve
supposed
you
to
up.
want to serve
See,
me because I
you
mean
can
the
have
best
it
thing
your
for me
Not
is
just
that
you.
You're the
the
customer.
best thing for me
You
is the
dating
best
yourself
thing
with
for
that
you.
one.
You ain't
I know
gonna
that,
change
though.
his mind. But we serve.
You get what I'm saying.
I do.
I don't. Y'all supposed to serve. We supposed to.
We serve each other. We serve each other.
It's supposed
Y'all-
to
We see
serve
each
and
other.
provide.
See, I don't know why y'all won't just let me fix y'all. Sickness
So
and
define a
health.
masculine woman.
Why do you
Yes,
think
huh?
we're
Why
broken?
y'all won't just let me fix
Why do you
y'all?
think
You
we're
got to fight
broken?
what do I need help with?
Why do you think we're broken? In
I
your
actually-
eyes, why do you
Actually,
think
my
we're
question
broken?
never really got
Who
answered,
are you?
though.
All of
What's your
us
question?
here. Girl,
Bro, I asked what leadership was, and y'all
I'm
gave
not
me
broken.
all
Look
the
at y'all.
negative
Look at
aspects.
y'all right
of
now.
stuff.
Look at how y'all
Okay,
acting
y'all.
right
He
now.
said we can
We're
answer.
Look at
laughing
how
and
y'all
talking.
acting right now.
Happy, laughing and talking.
You know what I hear? That's all I hear. Too many people trying to overtalk each other.
I'm saying.
What are you
y'all,
saying?
Chaotic.
Because y'all don't really want an answer. Y'all just keep going.
We're laughing and happy
Y'all
and
all
talking.
saying the
Yeah.
same thing at the same time, and you saying it over and over again instead of just asking. Go ahead. What is your question?
No, so the thing that I got is that every time something that is brought up about masculinity or something, there's always some negative anecdotal thing that y'all go off on.
That's
And
what y'all said.
without giving negative anecdotal stuff, how about just get a straight definition of what do y'all feel leadership is without going
I don't know
down
what
the
that
negative
was.
path.
We did.
Oh,
we
you
didn't
too.
say.
You too.
Okay, I think we all need to be quiet for real. I'm gonna repeat this
Except for you.
because this was not negative.
Okay.
This was not negative. What I said. You said
See how that works? Now, that almost makes it look like this woman in the green here has to be the center of attention. I could be wrong, but the fact that they laughed at that makes me think, oh boy.
why do we compare or insert masculinity with leadership, right? Or with the
Oh boy.
man,
Loading.
you saying why we go to
Okay.
the negative thing. No, I didn't say that. I feel like a man leading or a part of his leadership in his household is him listening to his family. And also, well, his wife or his partner or his woman or girl, whatever, because you're not in this by yourself. So yes, as a man in certain things, yes, you're supposed to lead, you're supposed to have like the last say, you're supposed to, call the shots, you're supposed to be able to pray over your family, protect, provide, all of that. But you also have to listen to the needs of your woman, your kids, your family, because to control them, to not listen to them.
You know what the problem with what she said is? The majority of husbands out here doing that. So why is she saying that you have to do that like no one is doing, like most men aren't?
To not care about them, to tell them what to do and go sit and go cook and go that, because you need a damn pet or a maid at that point, not a wife
There
or
we
a
go.
partner.
Hey, that took 30 seconds to go straight to negative.
No, that's not
No,
negative.
so-
What's negative? I said actively
She said
listening. You're
and-
not hearing
and I
anything
agree.
besides what you want to hear. Like, oh,
It did go
I didn't
negative.
say anything negative.
Because look, I feel like a leader, because your first question
That's why they were laughing, because it literally went negative.
before you went to the negative part was, what is the leader? So a leader is just,
What is y'all definition of
I
leader?
can sit back and know you about to do any and everything to make sure we going straight up and not down. So that's the leader. Like, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to.
Exactly.
That's the leader. Like, you.
I submitted to you for that. That's why
Yeah,
Exactly.
that means you finding
Exactly.
you finding the house, you finding the job, you finding literally.
Why do I get the feeling that the personal experiences they're talking about are the result of a bad vetting process? Because again, if they believe that this is, because she's given a good definition of leadership, but why do I get the feeling that there is a lack of trust in the air when they're saying these things, as if, they're defining it while it's like the assumption is that, well, I haven't found this and men need to do better. They haven't said that, but why do I get the feeling that like that other shoe is about to drop? Because when women make that argument, it really falls back on them. Because again, why were you committed to that guy who you don't trust? There's some undertones there, but I don't want to. That leads down a rabbit hole. But just keep that question in mind though, because we hear this a lot. Men ain't this and this and okay. then why are you with that guy? Why are you in a committed relationship with that guy? You clearly don't trust him. Nor should you if things are as bad as you say they are. I question if they are or not, but if it's as bad as you say you are, then why did you give that guy why did you want commitment from that guy?
Every single thing, so I can just sit back and ride shotgun. That's a leader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think we missed something here. Let's go back to
Every
that.
single thing, so I can just finding
Exactly.
you finding the house, you finding the job, you finding literally every single thing, so I can just sit back and ride shotgun. That's a leader.
If that's her definition of leader, then what was that before about the guy needs to be an active listener? You know, women are supposed to provide counsel, but what she just talked about was, you know, that was a dictatorship. The guy is doing everything. She just along for the ride. Which is it? I don't know. Maybe I'm off on that, but I'd be interested to see if anybody catches on to that, because that literally is a different scenario than what they were talking about before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I respect you in that magnitude.
But
And I'm not gonna challenge that at all.
You're a
and
good
like she-
provider.
You're not challenging
You're
it
a
because
good
I'm taking
father.
care of your ass. And you riding shotgun while I'm finding jobs, taking care of business.
Or I got my
doing
own
all
money
of that
too.
shit.
Now what?
That's why you shutting the
I
fuck
can
up
do
now. Because you riding shotgun
see,
and
me-
you having a
see,
good time
I'm
while
ready
you
to ride
riding.
shotgun.
We ain't done. Listen, you ain't got to pacify
See,
me by calling me
personally,
your king.
I
I
don't
know
really
I'm the
like-
fucking king.
But me personally,
You know what I'm saying? I know I'm the king. It's a fucking-
Who's talking right now?
Super controlling. I feel like
Absolutely.
that's a tactic, right? But that's what I'm saying. So me personally, I don't get intrigued. I'm just one of them women in a million who really don't get intrigued by a man's money, like to be
Bullshit.
like, no, real shit.
Because their personality be
I'm being
shitty.
honest, because I don't like the arrogance that comes with sometimes. I like.
I have to agree with that. We're gonna call cap on that. And you know how you can, when women start talking this stuff, it's almost like they're virtue signaling. One quick question or dry, you know, or clear all that up. You okay with being the breadwinner? You know, that'll tell you if she really cares about money. You know, I find it interesting that every time I've heard a woman say that, and the guy, and there's somebody that follows up with the question, is it okay that he make less than you, that you be specifically breadwinner, because then that narrows the range of the argument, right? And because breadwinner is something that we attribute a long-term role for. So if you just say he makes less than you, well, that could change next month. See how that works? But no, if you're saying you don't care about money, okay, well, you're okay with being the breadwinner in a relationship. And you have to caveat that with, just because you're the breadwinner doesn't make you the leader. I would argue that, well, let's keep going, because they probably ain't gonna do it.
Humbleness, I like meekness for a man. I don't like
So
that.
you like a gay man?
No, I don't. I like a man.
I mean, if you like a gay man, you like
I
gay
don't
man.
want to push up a man. I like a man who's a leader, who's confident in himself, that he's not egotistical, that he understands, he actually operates out of wisdom. That's the kind of man I would like to follow.
No, because
I don't
y'all
wanna-
want to be heard, but what you don't understand is that just because y'all talking don't mean that y'all communicate effectively. And so y'all want us to validate what you think and how you feel. And if we don't, then all of a sudden you think that, oh man, well, I want a real man. I want a man that has balance and shit like that.
Whoa.
No, you want a simp.
I want a
You
respectful man.
No, you want a simp. You want a simp
Yeah, I
that'll
want a
take
respect.
care of you while also validating your bad, a lot of y'all bad behavior. And that's not what the fuck we.
High level conversation. He just broke it all the way down. Man, this is why I watch Anton's content. This is why I'm subscribed to both of his channels, because of conversations like this.
Here for the problem with a lot of these dudes, right, is that they validate bad behavior, which is why relationships are so fucked up right now. If these dudes was doing what the fuck that they were supposed to do and moving and leading their family and moving in their masculinity like they were supposed to, y'all wouldn't be fucking sitting here talking about how we separated, or I'm divorced, or I'm in a relationship, or I'm in between relationships, and I'm in situationships. If y'all knew what was best for y'all, then y'all wouldn't be in the position that y'all in right now.
No, but that's where accountability comes in. When you actually make decisions that when you're not wise, like I said, sometimes you get into relationships when you're younger and you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You choose people for the wrong reason. Maybe it was sexual and all that shit.
Because you shouldn't have been choosing.
Or you just had to
Exactly.
grow as a human. What do you
Because
mean?
y'all don't.
Yep. He hit the nail on the head. Remember, we had that conversation. We're going to keep having it too about the vetting process is breaking down. And a lot of that relates to back towards trust in the opposite gender. A lot of times our women are raised not to trust us. And I mean, most of y'all, when I say that, y'all think about dating each other. No, it goes deeper than that. Because again, if I say the vetting process is broken down in our community, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of women do not trust their father, their male family members, to pick for them. As if that person just doesn't love you, and they don't want to see the best for you. It's crazy, right? We got to do a better job of raising our daughters.
Know what's best for
That's
you.
right.
Yeah, so man, that was a great conversation. You know, in synopsis here, I mean, Anton summed it up pretty good at the end. I don't even have anything to add to that. But I think, again, what are we talking about here? Ultimately, we did uncover, or on this side of the camera, we did uncover, or at least my hypothesis of why the vetting process is breaking down is because we're raising our daughters not to trust the men in the community and in the men in their family too. For whatever reason, our daughters seem to think that the older men in the family do not have their best interests at heart. That's why a lot of times we are removed from the vetting process. Our daughters would rather do things on their own, move out and try and pick a man themselves. And the majority of the time that doesn't work out right. And then we blame it on, and then they come back and blame it on, well, I was young and stupid then, but I know better now. The reality was, it was just like he said, you shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. You know, this also hits the points of black women not being protected today. Again, a lot of these things are connected, and in order for us to if we want to, talk about rebuilding the community, get our stats from being on the bottom, we have multiple systems that are broken, and we need to repair them. I'm not saying it needs to happen simultaneously and just like that, you got a Thanos snap and everything's fixed. But the vetting process is one. Another thing is the way we're raising our kids so that they don't trust each other. This is the result of decades of the gender war going on. We got to do a better job of raising our kids to work in cooperation with each other, right? So we've got the vetting process, but more importantly, we've got trust issues that we got to work out. But we also are looking at our women feel unprotected. Well, the reason you're unprotected is because you don't trust you don't trust the male members of your family to be in their protection. One of the things is because again, you saw it's how you kill two birds with one stone, literally. Okay. If the male older members of your family, if they're helping vetting for you, well, guess what comes with that? Protection. They're literally keeping you sheltered. But a lot of times we're raising our women to feel like, well, you have to go out and do it on your own. This ties into another issue about, when the kids should leave home. Now, I did a video about that, and we're going to check it out right here. I got to remember the timestamp that and add that in about what age the kids should be leaving home. Because, again, that speaks to that protection issue. So, but look, guys, this is a great content. We definitely need to be coming back to Anton because these high level conversations, we need to be having more of them, and we need to be exploring this stuff so that we can start putting an end to the gender war and start moving forward. Right? But hey, I'm gonna say goes to the next time. Peace. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. But do me another favor, like and subscribe, but also check out these here. Either subscribe or watch videos, one or the other. I don't know which side, but hey, all right.